So I actually had several students of mine the other day tell me that the reason they did as badly on the vocab test as they did was because I gave them an extra day to study, and so they were over-prepared, and it was my fault for giving them too much time. Excuse me. Whew. Stick with me, and let's talk about student ownership and accountability. Lord. Hi, and welcome to Classroom Confidential. My name is Christopher Youngren, and I'm a middle school English teacher in Tucson, Arizona. Here on this channel, I share tips and strategies that keep me sane and my students engaged. I'm delighted to share my ideas and experiences with you, so welcome. Well, I think we can all agree that last year was a year unlike any we have ever experienced in education before. And I said time and time again, if we can get through this year, we can teach anyone, anywhere, anything, and this year is going to be a cakewalk. I spoke too soon. And I believe that once we get through this kind of transitory period, and once people kind of get back in the swing of being in person, things will balance out, and it's going to ultimately be an easier year than last year. But it's the now, right here, that kind of stinks. I think one of the main challenges is that kids got away with too much last year, rather too little as the case may be. And sure, it was not without reason. The world was in chaos. Everybody, strictly speaking, was traumatized to some degree or another. And so, of course, we are not going to rake these kids across the coals and reign with an iron fist and demand that they meet the standards that we would expect them to in person. But the problem is a lot of kids, and you know they did, just checked out. And I knew it at the time that when they came back here in person this year, they were going to be in a world of hurt because they were going to have an entire year of doing nothing and a whole lot of catching up to do. And that's exactly where we're finding ourselves right now. And the excuses that they made last year and the excuses that were made for them this year seem to have transferred back to the in-person classroom. And it's a big, big problem. So yesterday we had a meeting with the athletic director, the principal, the flag football team, and me because I offered to coach flag football this semester because clearly I'm such a sporty guy. I mean, look at the way I dress, for crying out loud. Nope, don't know a single thing about flag football, not one. And yet they were in danger of losing their season because they didn't have a coach. So I stepped up. Now they're in danger of losing the season because most of them can't maintain the acceptable academic standards in order to play. And I'm going to talk more about that in an upcoming video on grades versus sports. But the point is right now, when we sat down with them and the principal asked, how in the name of ever-loving Betsy did you get to this point in only 4 weeks of school? Mercy, you should have seen the fingers point. This is the problem, that's the problem. The problem didn't lay with them. It was always something external. I can't understand the teacher's accent. This subject is too hard for me. And yet instead of coming to their teachers and asking for help and saying, I am failing, I need assistance, what do? They just skate by and they expect other people to make excuses for them the way they did all last year. And the problem is, it's not the same scenario as it was last year. We are back in person, and my principal, for one, is playing hardball, and he is academics first all the way. And I understand the perspective he's coming from. But what I don't understand is how kids can be in 7th grade and be taking no accountability whatsoever for their own education. This is not kindergarten. This is not 1st grade. This is not elementary. They are in middle school, and they are still trying to get by on this nonsense about, the computer program is too hard to use, or I don't understand the Spanish teacher's accent. Then if you don't understand something, Come to your teachers. We are here for you. We are here to support you. We are here to help you, but we cannot do it for you. We are not going to come 90% of the way only to have you meet us 10% of the way, because at the end of the day, this is your education. You are not doing it for me. You are not doing it for the principal. You are not doing it for your parents. You are doing it for yourself, and you owe yourself the respect to give yourself the best education possible and to stop making excuses. Vizzini the Sicilian, in the book The Princess Bride, is quoted as saying, "Excuses are the refuge of cowards." And I'm not going to go all the way and say that these kids are cowards. I think they've been through a lot, and I think they're very brave for having gone through what they've gone through. We've all been through a heck of a year. We've all been tossed and tumbled. But I think they have been allowed to use excuses as a crutch. And I think that if we continue to perpetuate this mindset, we are doing them not only no great favor, but we are doing them truly a disservice. The greatest gift that we can give to them is to remind them on a daily basis that they are capable of doing this work. They are capable of success. They are bright. They are young. They are energetic. If they took the energy that they expended on Minecraft and YouTube videos and running around even on the field, which I know they need after a year of being cooped up in isolation and quarantine, but if they took a little of that energy and applied it to their academics, they would be amazed at the things that they can do. But I think that they've gotten conditioned to just coasting, and as we move forward, it is not a mindset that we as educators should allow ourselves or them to perpetuate. I truly believe that after last year, we need to lead with a firm but gentle hand. We need to remember grace. It can't just be all grades, 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 data, 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 academics, academics, academics. But we can't let them skate by on the bare possible minimum. We are doing them no service. And so we need to be firm with them. We need to say, you're capable of doing this. I see you. It's been so long since I've seen you in person, and I'm delighted to see you in person. But now that we're here together, let's work out of the muck of last year and move forward into a better, brighter future that I know you are entirely capable of achieving. As students move from elementary school into secondary, middle school, and high school education, it becomes more and more important for them to start laying the foundations of discipline that will carry them into adulthood. If any of these kids think that they're going to play college ball with grades lower than a C, they got a rude awakening coming. If any of them think that they're going to be some great success in the professional world without instilling the skills of discipline that are necessary to succeed, they're gonna again be in for a real shock. Right here, right now is where they need to start taking accountability, being responsible. They are not babies. Yes, they've been through a lot. We need to remember that. We need to remember that we've been through a lot. We need to take it easy on them and ourselves. Given, but now is the time for them to start developing the skills and habits that are going to last them a lifetime. And if they simply coast right here all year long and next year, by the time they graduate high school, if they even do, what are they going to be prepared for? A whole fat lot of nothing. So show them the respect of being real with them. Tell them you know what they've been through because you've been through it yourself. It will help them identify with you, knowing that you've all been through the same thing. You've all experienced the same chaos that was 2020, 2021. But now that we're back in person, we've got some work to do. And for many of them, we've got some catching up to do. And now is the time to do it. We have got to hit the ground running. We've been out of school long enough. For many students, it was a waste of a year, and there is no more time to waste. Now is the time, and you are here for them. Remind them of that. You are here to support them, but you can't, again, go 90% of the way. They have to meet you in the middle. They have to tell you if they're struggling. Remind them of that. Remind them that it is your job to help them. Many of them are afraid to ask for help, so remind them that is what you are here for. You are a teacher, and you want to see them succeed. It is not you against them, and many of them forget that, but remind them that you are all on the same side and you want only the best things from them and for them. Hey, I'd really love to hear from you if you're back in person and experiencing some of the same things that I am. Comment down below and let me know how it's going. Remember, we're all in this together, and if we can support each other, we will get through this transition, we will get through this year, and hopefully when next year comes along, things will be relatively back to normal, more normal than they have been in quite a while. Thanks for joining me today. If you got value out of this video, do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you're enjoying my videos, why not go ahead and subscribe? I got a lot more content to come. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and take care of someone else. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.